Hey guys, so I've had a few requests to do a full review of the Leagoo Shark 1 smartphone from Leagoo. So I wanted to check it out here, what the good things are on the Leagoo Shark 1 now that I've had it for a couple of days, and let you know whether it's worthwhile to buy or not. So basically, we can start off with the good things about the device here. The first thing you do notice when you're using the device is the display, which is probably the highest quality display that I've seen on an entry-level kind of no-brand device. This is made by LG, the actual display, and it's a full IPS LCD, and I have to say the calibration, etc., the whites, they're just spot on, really. I think it's even better than some like high-end phones that I do have, like the G5. This is LG's latest phone, and I have to say the IPS on the G5 sometimes feels a bit washed out and not very bright when using it outdoors, but can't say the same for the Leagoo. It's very bright. I think I'm only on about half brightness now, but if I just bump the brightness up on both of them here, you can see how bright that display is, and also the viewing angles. So that is a massive plus to this particular smartphone, particularly as it costs less than 200. They're bringing a very high quality display. It's not 4K, neither does it have to be, which does help obviously the massive battery life. Which is the next thing I want to talk about, is the battery, which is absolutely beast mode on this particular device. If you need something for camping, going abroad, etc., this is going to last you the duration of your trip. I've probably only charged it like once since I've had it, and this is coming with all sorts of nice modes to increase the battery even more. So if you want to put on a smart mode, power saving mode, you can do that here. You can monitor as well like your battery usage, which apps are taking your battery. So it's an amazingly beast device when it comes to the battery. 6000 mAh, you wouldn't expect anything else really. So other than that, we can talk about the actual performance. I think we're getting a MediaTek processor in this particular device, and I have to say it completely screams when it comes to the actual performance day to day. It feels a lot faster than some high-end phones. I think it's coming also with a Mali GPU, so your actual gaming experience on this device is going to be very fluid and solid. I can just quickly fire up a round of GTA to show you how it is. And we do have a speaker on the back, and there's little legs on the back as well which help raise it off the ground so you can hear the speakers a bit better. Would have been nicer if they were on the front, but they do sound quite good. So you can see this is I think on the max graphical settings. Just quickly show you, and it plays just as well as your latest phones. If not better. It's got no graphical glitches that you do get with some Samsung phones. And that's not the only game I've been playing. I've also been playing Real Racing as well, which is another game here that you can have a look at. And the viewing angles of the display make it absolutely fantastic when it comes to the playing games here from different angles. If someone wants to watch you, I remember when people used to argue against a good display, saying that they didn't want people looking at what's on their phone. That was a bit of a weird argument if you ask me. But we can just have a look at this quick. Let's get into it. Let's go. So What am I doing? Yeah. So I'm just going to turn these down a little bit, and you can see here another quite graphically demanding game. This one, probably not the smoothest I've seen for this particular game, but you know, it can certainly give you an enjoyable experience, which is good. And yeah, you know, I think the general kind of performance throughout the device is very slick, you know, loading up powerful websites like this one, for example. You can see everything loads up very quickly, and I think it's only got 2G Wi-Fi support. Unfortunately, that would have been nice to see AC support, you know, but nevertheless it you know, manages its resources very well here, and I'm not complaining. You do get 3 gigs of RAM as well, you know, to really kind of enjoy yourself with the multitasking. We are running Android Lollipop. Unfortunately, I would have liked to have seen Marshmallow, but hopefully the manufacturer will update it soon to the latest kind of software. We are, you know, coming without an app drawer, so common theme among Android nowadays. So you will have to get used to that. If you like your app drawer, you can always put Nova on it. We do get a fingerprint sensor on the back as well, and it is generally reliable. So you can see, I'd say it works about 90% of the time. Not quite as good as the latest from Apple and Samsung, but still very reliable nevertheless, particularly for the price, which is pretty good. The camera experience is, I'd say, and also another strong point here. The stills, etc., very strong and full of detail. It does suffer a little bit in terms of the low light. This is a common issue with lower end phones. You can see a little bit of grain here with this particular low light shot, but when you are out in very good conditions, you will find that the pictures are about as good as any other, you know, kind of mid-range phone. So that is something good here. I'd say the only issue is in terms of the video. Sometimes the exposure can take a while to readjust from light to dark. I did do a video, so you can have a look at that just to show you what I'm talking about. So finally, in regards to the actual build quality, as it's a very well built device. It feels like a very well built device. You know, there's no creaking on it. You know, it feels very solid here, and they've made a nice little chamfering around the edges, which gives it a touch of premium. You know, something that doesn't feel or look too cheap. A lot of cheaper phones are very heavy. You know, and you don't actually get this with this particular device. It feels actually quite light, which is a refreshing change. This back does pick up a few fingerprints, but you know, that is to be expected with plastic devices. But the main thing is here, you can see these buttons are very solid, feel even more solid than a lot of branded handsets, which is good. So, you know, all in all, they're the good things about the device. I think it's a solid, you know, really good device. You're getting your fast charging, etc. as well, to charge up your battery very fast. What don't I like about the device? Well, you know, I think with these kind of unknown kind of manufacturers, are they going to update it in 6 months' time? That's the main thing that I would personally be a bit concerned about. which you don't get I'd say the best software support with cheaper phones. So that's a question mark I would put on the device. Also, I'd say although the build quality feels very good, there are some issues in terms of like little nitpicking issues, like for example, why have they put the USB charging port on the right here? It would have been better in the middle, as well as the speaker on the back. Personally, I would have liked it on the front. And also the front display kind of area doesn't really handle fingerprints very well. You can see it seems to get very greasy quickly. I don't think the oleophobic coating is probably the best on the device, but apart from those issues, this would make an excellent phone for someone who doesn't want to spend too much money, and probably wants a backup phone or something to give to a child or something to play with. It's probably the best kind of package I've seen for this particular price on the market right now, but hopefully we will see some even better options coming in 2016. I've been keeping my eye on some other manufacturers. I think there's another one that's coming without a headphone jack now, so that is pretty awesome. So yeah, just a quick little review here of the Leagoo Shark 1. If you want to get one in, I will leave a link in the description. They're very affordable, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.